This is Duke, and I just wanted to do a quick walkthrough with you on how to move your giving to Metron Ministries from the Vineyard Jackson site to the Metron Ministries new giving system. Vineyard has been gracious, and for the last year has allowed you to give and contribute to us and this ministry through their site. But we are now independent. We have a 501c3 fully registered with the state and the IRS, and you are now able to give through here, and it's deductible and secure and all of that. So we're pretty proud of that. But we need to move the contributions over to the new site. So that means we need to disconnect the contributions, turn them off over at the Vineyard Jackson so that you aren't giving into locations. That we stop that one, and that's not necessarily obvious how to do it. So I want to walk through it. Probably the easiest way to do it, and you may have other ways to get to this page, but I think you'll recognize it when you see it. metronministries.org. Go here to our web page. And this is just for the record, the best way to stay up with what's going on, going through this page and or getting on our podcast, getting on the feed there so that you see our video updates that we try to put out a couple of times a month. But let's go right now to the giving section. Over here on the right, you should see giving. Let's go there. And this is our new page. So I'm not gonna go into this at the moment, but it's fairly self-explanatory. This is where you'd set up your giving to the Metron site itself. And let me just make a quick note. It defaults to monthly. So if you're going to do something here, be aware that you'd change it from a one-time gift, a monthly gift, or however else you might choose to. And this is fairly self-explanatory, how to walk through and set up the recurring gift. But we'll do that at the end and take a look. But what I want you to see is right now, this little section where it's talking about our giving system changed. If you need to get to the original site where you actually had set up your recurring gift previously, you go in here is probably the quickest way. So come over here and click this, and it's going to take you to, and again, this is Vineyard Jackson's giving page. It is for their fund that goes toward Metron. Now, what I'm going to do is have you come and sign in over here, because this page is where you give, but to go and handle your giving recurring account over here, we need to log in. Now, you'll log in with your ID. And now, however it was that you set it up, or however it is that you go through giving at Vineyard Jackson, this would be where you would go. And so I'm going to go in and use one of Marie's accounts, and we're going to log in. Now, if you don't remember your login, I would start by putting in your phone number here and maybe go to the forgot password. That's a whole nother process. And if you need help with that, you can give me a call and we can walk through it. But if you don't know your password here, come down here and hit forgot password, and it will walk you through some ways to either reset it or find what your password is. But for now, I'm going to make an assumption that you're able to log in. And you will likely come up to a page like this. Now, from here, I want you to go up to the little man up here on the top right. If you see that, we're going to click him, and we're going to come down to recurring transactions. So this is the transaction as you see, and we're going to take this transaction, and you'll click on this little arrow here, and it may work if you click anywhere on here. We'll try that. But this is giving you your picture of the transaction as it's going. Let me make a quick note here. You're going to click on here, and it should tell me what's the next payment date. You kind of see the next charge date up here. On mine is December 15th. If you haven't made if it hasn't taken the last amount for this year yet, I would wait and do this until afterward. That way you're going to have all your giving for 21 on the Vineyard site, and they'll handle all of that for your year-end processing. And then next year, it'll all come through Metron and year-end processing. And just to be a little bit simpler, I think, for everybody, but it's not a big deal if you don't do that, but I just think it might be easier for you. So if you haven't, if this date, if it hasn't made the last charge for December, then I would wait until after that to turn it off and make this switch. But if it's already gone past, if you've already made the last gift for December, then go ahead and make this thing happen. So in order to kill this transaction now, or kill this recurring system, we're going to come over here and delete. Now, it's possible to just pause it and just stop the giving for a period of time, but in this case, we're going to want to actually remove that. So we're going to come here. Now, in order to remove it, you're going to have to slide down here. There's a checkbox. Yes, I want to delete this recurring entry. We're going to make that checkbox, and then you should be able to delete recurring, and it's gone, and you will not be charged in any way through that system anymore. So that's where we would go to just erase the giving from to Metron from the Vineyard Jackson, and then we'll go on. Now, you may have a gift going over here for Vineyard Jackson for your tithes, and definitely don't mess with that one. Leave that one there, and make sure you're just doing the one that's going to Metron, and you're done. That really is all of it. We've taken care of that, and so we have handled the turning off the recurring giving at the church in Jackson. Now, if you want to go now and do a setup on the new stuff, let's go back over to our Metron Ministries giving page, and you can see how this is set. We're going to, in this case, I'm going to restore the one we just did. I'm going to do the monthly giving, and I'm just doing a test amount right now of $2, and I'm going to, it says it has to be 5. I didn't realize we'd done that. So let's go over here and connect it, and you're going to set up your new account here. So we will fill that and set my new information up, and then come in and put in card information to do this. Now, here's the other options we have here. I want you to notice this. The card information, of course, you can do your debit card. I wouldn't recommend a credit card, but a debit card would be fine. You can come over here if you prefer. You can use PayPal. If you want to set something up for giving through PayPal, that is an option also. And then bank transfers. This is actually by far the least expensive for us and for you as far as the processing of it. It's a very inexpensive processing fees to handle this, and so this is how I do most of the transactions that I do online. All of our giving, I do it through bank transfer, but you may prefer a card or PayPal. Either one of those is fine. Now, I'll just make note as I look at this. This also is defaulting to cover the processing fees, saying that as the giver, I'm going to also cover the processing fee for the transaction. There is a processing fee with all transactions online, and pretty much anytime you use a debit or credit card, that's up in the 2 to 3% of the transaction gets sent to the bank processing fees. And it's just one of the costs of using online transactions or transactions in general with a card. And so this just says that as the giver, I am going to cover that processing fee also, so the ministry doesn't get stuck with that particular cost. And bank transfer, if you'll notice, is way less. So if you're doing that, the bank transfer fees are something like 0.5% of the transaction versus 3%. So that's one of the reasons that we tend to push this, but some people would rather do a card, and that's quite all right. But this is the new system. This comes straight into Metron. It is secure. It is managed. We've got officers and corporate structure that helps oversee some of the way this works, and And so if you have any questions on any of this, feel free to give me a call or drop me an email. You can email at info@metronministries.org, or just give me a call at my phone number, which is on the page down here. So if you would like to call and walk through this, we will be glad to. Thank you so much. Thank you for your giving. Thank you for your faithfulness, and we look forward to another busy and fulfilling year this next year.